Good morning, everyone. Morning, Gerald. How's everyone doing? Hope you all are doing well. I think I have to start my stream with a scavenger hunt. The plan for today, because I haven't done my editing, because I've been a bad boy, is to get ready to film the Finersi power supply video, which I need a tripod for. And I found 2 of the household's 3 tripods. And the one I wanted to use doesn't have a camera plate on it, so I can't mount the camera to it. So I'm just looking real quick here around the furnace area, see if I can find tripod 3 of 3. Because without a tripod, I won't be able to mount the camera down low enough to film the screen of the Finersi. Kind of a pain in the butt. Oh, I totally forgot that I sent a 3D print overnight too. Okay, so we're going to do that too. Well, thankfully I came into the 3D printer area. Oh. Heading back momentarily here, just grabbing some stuff. I don't see the other tripod. I mean, I should have looked for it before the stream, obviously. Heading back, I'll be able to see your chats very soon. There's also a giant mess in here, so it's probably in here. How's it going, Lockwatcher? Hoping to catch you at 5 a.m. Let me read that again. Good morning, Dan. That's me. Yep. So I was working in the shop very early this morning. Hoping to catch you at 5 a.m. Yeah, I definitely wasn't there at 5 a.m. Sorry. No, you got to be kidding me. Did I set it to 5 a.m.? Oh, no. I have no explanation for you. And how's it going, Johnny? Did I really have it set for 5 a.m.? It says scheduled for Jan 13th this morning. Oh, well, I didn't change it. So you know what? Must be a YouTube glitch, which I wouldn't be surprised at all because, yeah, I haven't changed the time. So you guys remember these from the last stream? So these printed fine. The screws did not. So I reprinted them in PLA Pro. Let's see if they work now. Oh, she's a little stiff. So my worry is that, oh, it's backwards, right? Yeah, okay. So my worry is that ABS shrinks. And now we need to set a screw. I guess it's a bit better with some light. Yeah, we need to put a screw down in there. And essentially, the screw is what causes this to open and close. Does my other one have this much play? Oh, no, because the screw is stuck to the end. Yeah, that's why. Okay. So we just need to put a screw through here. And then we should be good to go. Let's see if I can get my screws out. My screws are all loose, folks. Ugh. Locke, you're giving me anxiety with the 5 o'clock thing. You have no idea how much I always feel like I'm doing it wrong, and I double and triple check, and then it still screws up. Okay, let's grab these. Let's grab a hex driver. That's good enough. My screwdriver. So we're gonna have to go hunting for a tripod. At worst, I've got a really good one, and we can use that one. It's just that it's kind of big and unwieldy. Oh, I don't know if this will fit. It does indeed fit. There we go. So there's the screw down there. Perfect. So PLA knob, ABS body. I think this should support a decent amount of 3D prints. Nice little vise. Oh yeah, I'm not saying you had an issue. I'm saying, like, I'm an anxious person, so kind of bothers me when I screw things up, and I often screw things up. Okay, and like I realize there's like not many consequences to those kinds of screw ups. But oh, I got an email from someone this morning, and they were not too pleased. Still have YouTube home screen open on another monitor tab. Yeah, YouTube must have had a moment. And even Locke said this morning it said 8, and I haven't changed it. So it was definitely YouTube having a senior moment there. So yeah, I got an email, I don't know, overnight maybe? Someone emailed me saying that if I was interested in more than psychics and clairvoyance coming to my stream, I should probably link to it on the main channel or my website. And my answer was, well, it's been linked on every video I have made in the last like bunch of years. However, it isn't specifically linked in the details page of my YouTube channel, and it also isn't on my website. So point taken, and I will rectify that. I made a community post this morning. Yeah, senior moment. You should feel attacked. I have senior moments too. So you guys should go onto my main channel, check out the community post, and go and update the community tab post so that people can see that I do indeed stream. I stream fairly often. Link to the Vice. I'll go grab the link. It's on Thingiverse, but you have to search through a little bit because this is actually a remix. The previous one doesn't have. Hold on a sec. I'll explain to you why I like this specific one. The previous one doesn't have a groove for the PCBs to sit in. So someone remixed this. So if you look, see how it has those V grooves? So the original one didn't have that. And all I want these for is to hold PCBs. That's it. Not even for soldering, just for holding. So I don't know how strong the screw is because I printed this out of PLA Pro, but the clamping force is reasonable. See? So there you go. And I printed this in fast settings, like standard settings, not strength settings. The screw is printed in the strength setting because I was printing with PLA, so PLA doesn't really matter. You're going to use your CD, I don't know what CD filament is. But this is a print I made in ST PLA on my shitty 3D printer, the Tronxy. And aside from it being creaky, because it's like the super hard PLA, it's like very brittle. I've been using this a lot, and it's perfectly fine. And it just holds stuff. Like it's just nice to hold things. Carbon fiber. Oh yeah. I kind of feel like because PCBWay sponsors me, right? So I can send the file to PCBWay and have it made in titanium if I really wanted to. If it wasn't such a waste, and I'd have to pay like a shit ton of custom fees because it's going to be like $1,000. All right, so let's find the file. Vice. So here it is. This one doesn't have the vertical line. See, this one doesn't have this. See, it doesn't have the correct line. So you go remixes. This one. It's the remix by Carl Howard. Vertical and horizontal channels to both jaw surfaces. Here you go. Pies. Oh, can I show you guys something? Here, I wanna. You know, the other morning, a couple mornings ago, I couldn't be here. Yesterday I was working, so that's not it. But a couple mornings ago, I was busy, and that is because Vero and I were cooking. It's making me hungry just thinking about it. So this is not just me, this is Vero and I. Ta-da! We made meat pie. So this is like Canadian style meat pie. It's got potatoes in it. So we made 2 of these. 3 actually. I have a little one too. But that's what we were doing. We were baking and cooking to bring to a get together. And this is the leftovers. So the recipe is not mine, but I would like to do a little bit, just a touch of cooking YouTubing on a different channel. Potato, meat, veggies. Yeah, so it's made. You're supposed to use either like a meatloaf blend or a pork and beef blend. But we are frugal, so we ended up using ground turkey and ground chicken. It was just as good. Nobody could tell at the meeting. So it's mostly ground meat, potatoes, spices, and then shell. Vero did most of the shell work. Like she made the only thing I did to help is the pie crust started becoming tough because it was a lot of flour to make it not stick. And so I had to use my muscles to roll it out for one of them. So, yeah. That was what we were doing. And it was absolutely delicious, and I'm going to continue eating it. So, yeah. That's the deal, my dear. I'm going to stick this up on my piece of 2x4 here. Yeah, no veggies. No veggies in this meat pie. It was a potluck get-together. So we each made something. There was, so we brought cheese and crackers for just the snacking beforehand. And then we brought meat pie. I'm just winding these out so I can put these away. And then we brought apple crumble for dessert. That was mostly a Vero thing. All I did was measure out the ingredients. Vero is a incredibly competent baker. She makes these cookies called nun farts. In French, they're called nun farts. In English, they are called nun's pastries. But I find the literal translation, nun farts, way funnier. So that's what I use. They are absolutely delicious. I feel like I could remake this and have a little channel in there that this clips into and make it a little bit more stable. There we go. Gonna have a little army of vices. So we have little boards to handle. And this guy in full PLA. Not even a lot of infilling. You can see the infill percent there. It's very, very small. See the sparse infill. So, by the way, I've been stalling, but I still haven't found a whatchamacallit, a tripod. And as much as there's nobody to blame here, I have a feeling this is all my fault because there's probably one in this workshop as we speak. It's probably staring me in the face. But of course, it's nobody's fault. What about in this corner? No, that's a light stand. The other thing, oh yeah, now that I have most of you here, the other thing is that I would like some ideas for February's PCBWay video because there's Chinese New Year at the end of the month, I think. Pretty sure. So we should have a PCB designed and sent out like ASAP, essentially. Where would the tripod be? There's a non-zero chance that Vero has all three tripods as well. But her workshop is cleaner than mine, so there's a better chance that it's actually here with me and I don't even know it. So yes, a print called The Rig. The Rig. The Rig. Do they use... Hey, MT. Is a 4K7 resistor just a 4.7K? Yes. Yes. Just read it the way it's written. 4K7 is 4,700. Testing stand for electronics. Oh, printables, sorry. Printables. The rig. DIY helper stand. Okay, just a power supply. I will, okay, this is better. Give me a second here. I had to sneeze. This is not a good render because look at the power supplies and then your components could fall down onto here. This is better. Power supply over there. I guess it's just like a Raspberry Pi holder, right? Let's check the comments. Yeah, this is sketchy. The power supply needs a cover. Okay, he's got heat set inserts. Mostly Dremel press. Pretty cool. He's done a lot of stuff. I think you should come up with a version of the rig for your modules. Yeah, I could do that. Drill press style inserter yourself, yeah. I will be really honest and say I never had issues pressing in heat sets freehand. So I feel like it's not for me. I can't sacrifice the bench space for the heat set machine. Let me check again. I'm gonna check one more spot, and then we might need to give up. Yeah, I don't know where the hell I have no idea where my tripod could be. Yeah, no clue. Kind of sad because like I could go steal the one that Vero has, but it's big, it's very bulky. Dang it. Could it be underneath this device that I'm not going to describe because there should be nothing underneath it. No. Okay. I need to blow my nose. Yeah, what bench space exactly? Give me a second. I need to blow my nose here. I've got a runny nose this morning. Hope I'm not getting sick. Okay, I'm back. Let me send a message to Wifey Poo and see if she has time. There we go. Sent a message. If she's not immediately getting to work, which she might be, she'll have a look. And if not, then that's fine. We'll do something else. Like I said, we really should do a PCB Way project for next month, and I really need to edit the project I already have, so that's completely fine. You built that one? You've got 2 tripods in your car. Well, now you're just flaunting your wealth. I got so one tripod I have, my grandfather gave me. He just had it. It was like literally in the closet since the 80s. Another tripod I have, like I said, I usually buy used camera gear. So one of the cameras I bought, the 3100 or the 32, oh, hold on. Hold on, we got someone coming down to the stream.
Do you have the other tripod or no? Is this it?
That's the camera plate for the tripod number 2.
And
so
do you have that one or it's upstairs?
No, it's still upstairs.
Okay, I'll get it for you.
And Vero is saved the day. Okay, what was I saying? Yeah, the second one came with one of the cameras I bought used. And then the third one is the only one that that we bought. I think we bought it together, Vero and I, because Vero was starting to film short films and we needed something big and sturdy. And so that's what we bought one. So that one is huge though. Doesn't really suit my style here. So now that Vero has saved the day, I can take my camera down. It's like embarrassingly dirty. So take the camera down here.
There you go.
Thank you, my hero.
Your Vero.
My Vero, the hero.
Mm-hmm.
Love you.
Love you.
There we go. So here's the camera. Here's the tripod that came with one of the cameras. You are flaunting your wealth of tripods. They're 9 years old. They also have more than 2 black and white TVs. Jesus Christ. Vintage. Here, let's set this up. This tripod is pretty shit, but the good one is too big for my workspace here. Let me set up this creaky ass tripod. This one is a Amazon Basics. Oh, Amazon Basics. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody, but free 99 is free 99. Essentially, I got the camera for a good deal and it came with the tripod. Okay, I'm gonna have to make space. Have a giant box of PETG filament. To move that over here. I bought four rolls of PETG because I was running out. And I was printing the dummy 13s. So, all right, let's see. If I loosen the collar. There we go. Great for a light mount. The tripod. I mean, tripods have so many uses, right? Like we end up using them and abusing them for lots of stuff because we do. I mean, Vero and I both do video production, so there's always a use for a tripod. Like even sometimes they're great for holding backdrops over like if you have like a desk background, so you're sitting. Okay, this poor camera, you guys can't see it, but it is incredibly wobbly. That's okay. I love the $2,000 camera on the $20 tripod. It's a great sight. I'm gonna shoot it kind of like this, so then I can stand. Ooh, I just moved one of the grips, and like the whole camera tilted forward like crazy. I'm gonna have to tighten that up a little bit. All right, we need to clean up a little, and let's get the subject on the bench here after. So this guy needs to go somewhere. I've noticed that there's kits of these Lego walkers that are made horizontal instead of vertical. So it's a little bit less tilty. MT, are you still here? Did you have a safe trip the other day? Hopefully all went well. Let's put this back in there. And we'll put the little nubbin on the end. We'll put that in the soldering box. There we go. Into the soldering box. Ugh. You know what inflation hit like crazy? The plastic storage bins. That market went absolutely insane. I used to get the plastic storage bins for $1 a pop. Now they are decidedly not. They're like $2 to $4. I need a garbage bag. My garbage bag was full this morning. I use the AliExpress like shipping bags. The like gray and black ones. I clamp those onto the side of my desk using a spring clamp, and that is my garbage bag. If I don't have a garbage bag around, everything goes to shit. Okay, so PCBs. Here's the PCB ruler. Put that over there. You have everything in bins? Yeah, me too. I try to. Not everything. It doesn't work out quite that way. But I try my best. You know what? I should put these away. I should stop being lazy. These put away. These have to go in my to deal with later box. Where did that go? Oh, there. To deal with later. To deal with later. These are the built but no micros on them boards. And we need to put this away. Oh, got some blue tack. I have a bag which I need to deal with. God. Okay. We should. I'm sorry. We should do a little bit of organizing. Let's take the camera and move it somewhere where I won't smash into it. We're doing a little bit of organizing today. And by today, I mean for just now while I wake up. Soldering. In there you go. Okay, so micros. Back in Mississippi. Welcome back home. Did you send me the email about those mini PCs? Because if so, I did not get it. I know the web host that I use sometimes screws up, so just be aware that I'm not ignoring you. Where? And also, if you change your mind, that's fine too. Actually, if you change your mind, just let me know, and then I'll price out ones locally. There. Put away. 7-item cleanup scheme. Yeah, I'm trying to. The thing is, if I have a box where I have to deal with stuff later, that's okay. But I'm starting to have pockets of boxes that I have to clean up later, and that's not okay. Okay, so filters for a vacuum, which I want to make a air filtration thing with. Turned out fully assembled. It's the biggest package I ever got. Expecting boxes. Oh yeah. Okay. Do I have a spot for miscellaneous things like this? I do not. So this will just go here for now. This I do though. This will go in my battery box. So I guess you guys get to see my boxes of stuff. Yeah, one cleanup box. So this goes in the battery box because it is the DW01 and TP4056 modules. Motors, I've got a box for that. This goes with microcontrollers, but it's big, so it'll go into the Arduino bin. The Arduino bin, hang on a sec. Just want to make sure. So this is a display. That doesn't go in the Arduino bin. These are connectors. They do not go in the Arduino bin. These are USBs. They do not go in the Arduino bin. This is actually a bin that I have responsibilized Chat to get me to clean up, and Chat hasn't done it. So I'm not mad at you guys. I'm just disappointed. Obviously, I'm kidding. Actually, maybe not obviously, so I'm saying it. Obviously, I'm kidding. Careful, you may find something. Yeah, don't start. Don't start. I probably will. Okay, so these are surface mount, so I can put these in my surface mount system. These are all surface mount AMS 1117s, so they'll go in the surface mount system. I might start a bin for USB connectors though, because I'm starting to get a lot of them. Okay, so this is a HDMI cable. I have a specific HDMI box, don't I? Mic audio stuff, GoPro and camera stuff. Oh, you know who has my HDMI box? That would be Vero. Okay, put this aside. Oh, 3D printer parts, have a box for that. Let me write down on this though. Oh, Centauri, carbon, feet. I'm gonna go chuck this in the 3D printer parts box. There we go. Motors, got a spot for those. Current sensors. Don't know if I have a current sensor box. I have power and regulators. I don't have a sensor box. I need to make a sensor box. This can go in the general Arduino bin. This is the Pi Pico breakout, which I found out, which helped me find out that I need to do something about it. This is another HDMI. So this is mini, 90 degrees, to female full size. So this is for the microscope project. So the microscope project is quickly approaching. I just need to get to editing things, and I might actually, you know what? Later today, when I'm procrastinating editing, I will set up a second camera, and you guys will use the second camera to see the to see it get filmed, the microscope video get filmed. Motors, and sensors. Okay, so the sensors, I don't have a sensor box specifically, so these go in the Arduino box because I have a bunch of sensors in there anyways. These go in the motor box. The motor box is getting too big for its britches at the moment. It's like it's gonna break because it's really chonk. I don't have a displays box, so this has to go in Arduino. It came out of Arduino. It's going back into Arduino. These are, yeah, those are those sensors. You know what? This is 3D printer parts. Filters. HEPA. You know what? I actually ordered filters for the Centauri Carbon, and they never came in. Let me check. I don't think those filters ever came in. My orders. Maybe I had it in my cart and never ordered it because they're not showing up here. Let me search for filter. Okay. Yep. Nope. I never ordered them. Okay. We're good then. We're good. Okay, so let's do. I want to start a bin for USB connectors. So I have a spare bin here. Let me just get the dust off of it before you guys judge me too harshly. Oh, excuse me. Come on, don't tear. Pretty exciting, the prospect of building boards with USB-C directly on board. I think for 2026, I think I want to have as a goal to build a board with the RP2040 directly on it. Or 2350 or whatever. I'm not going to do ESP because wireless antennae are just black magic at this point. But have something soldered so small like an RP2040, that's going to be pretty awesome, I think. So that's 10. Here's another 10. Come on, get out of there. There we go. Dunzo. One box, one whole box, just for some USB Type-Cs. You know what's crazy? I feel like it's warm in here. What is going on? It's only 19. I hope I'm not getting sick. I'm gonna try. I have the mic in my hands. I'm gonna try not to make a loud noise. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna get undressed a little bit. Take off my sweater. Okay, good. Maybe under the lights it's brighter. It's warmer. Let's check. It says 20. I'm just holding that there. 20 degrees in here. It's going to be above freezing today in Canaderp. So warm. It's going to rain though. Okay, USB. These are just USB angles. I'm going to put this in my USB box, which is overflowing. I might have to separate them out into USB-C and whatever. Oh yeah, I was looking for my knife. Here it is. Check on the email. Oh yeah, no worries. So yeah, if you did send it to me, then I didn't get it. Unless your name is George and you were complaining. Was it George? I don't know. I don't know who it was. So someone sent me an email complaining that they couldn't find the live stream channel, which was, turns out was kind of valid. Which is fine. Okay, now I need a piece of paper. I know this is not really just any piece of paper, but this is my Python cheat sheet. Your shop is in the basement. The winter tends to get colder down there. That's why, that's where you do your other job. Hey, Franco. Welcome, welcome. So for AMS 1117, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 7 boxes. Ooh, these are all my full ones. Do I have a box of empty ones? I do. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Actually, I need another. I do need another piece of paper. Where would I get another pizza paper? What's this? Oh, this will work. So this is for making labels. Scissors now. Scissor me timbers. Who remembers that episode of South Park? Not straight at all, but that's okay. Can use the narrower side. Okay, so let's start from, we've got the 5 volts, AMS 1117, and here's where the paper comes in. So you take your paper. Never watched South Park. Seen a few clips. Interesting. South Park is quite the show. I like that Trey Parker and Matt Stone pushed the envelope. Also was very interesting because it showed some hypocrisy from some of the cast. Just making sure these are all 5 volt. It's all 5 volt. It's a little, I think it had to go with the times, because now it's a little, some of them are a little dated. Is this 5 volts? It's either 5 volts or 50 volts. 1.8, 1.5, 2.5, and adjustable. Okay. So this is what I do when I put my stuff in my bins. I open them onto a paper. Oh yeah. Oh, I've got components up the wazoo. I just need the inspiration. And it has to be something that's semi-interesting, because at some point, if the videos do very poorly, I always fear like the sponsorship will be over. So it's got to be something that people want to see. It seemed like my I2C scanner did a really good job, but the temperature sensors did not. So it is what it is. They took South Park off TV 10, 15 years ago. Oh, interesting. Oh, this is interesting. Look at this. So they cut tape. Let me put this back the way it was. They chopped up a poor regulator. Look at that. It's just halfway there. How many here? 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, so I've got 10.3. Oh, and I've got another one here. So we've got little pieces of regulator. I'll show you guys after. These once were AMS 1117s. Rest in pieces. Multi-port USB charger. Just had another cheap one go bad. I do have a buttload of USB plugs. Could put like a decoy on it to get high current 5 volts, or I can put a buck converter on it to get like I could get a USB-C interface to pull like 30 volts or whatever, and then buck it down to 5. I'm listening to every every suggestion at this point. Okay, so let's just unhook all of these, and then we'll sort them in terms of voltage. USB butt plugs. I don't know what I would use that for. But don't let me yuck your yum. If you want to be connected to a USB port via your butt, you go right ahead. Don't let me stop you. I am like nearly 100% sure there is a market for USB sex toys. Yeah, battery from your drill, power USB charger. They sell those very inexpensively, but I do have all the parts I would need for that. Definitely. Ouch. There we go. All separate. And then bing. Okay, so this is what I do. So the reason I put it all in the paper is so you can just do this. Slide them all in there. Looks like I have more of the 5 volts than I bargained for. There we go. And now we're going to label it, because or else it's going to be a bad idea. So AMS 1117, 5 volts. You have a charger that went bad. Convert it to use as a USB charger from the drill battery. There we go. So AMS1117. That looks horrible. I think I'll use the thicker end. Is this too thick? No. So AMS1117, 5 volts. And then you just chop the label down like this. And then you grab some tape. Can use Scotch tape. I just don't think I have Scotch tape here. But almost every electronics shop has Kapton tape. So you stuff it in like that. Then you can either cut around it or not. Okay, and then usually I would put the package on it too, but I'm a little bit lazy. There we go. On you go. So there we go. AMS 1117, 5 volts, done. Prefer Scotch or gin tape? Oh yeah, British people call it sticky tape. I forgot now. Yeah, here it's called Scotch tape. And in fact, they use a tartan pattern on the thing. Here, let me show you. See, this is Scotch tape. So they use a tartan pattern. You guys call it sticky tape. But yeah, if you are in North America and you're just looking for regular sticky tape, it you know, obviously it's a name brand, but it's like Kleenex, right? It's genericized. So you say, pass me the Scotch tape, and that's what you get. Yeah, like Kleenex, exactly. Exactly. You've picked up what I've put down. Okay, so 5 volts is done. Let's do Curie V3. So this should be all 3.3. Oh, this one's trimmed too. Look at the end. I still get 10 intact? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, 10 intact ones. I'll take the bum one and put it over here. Scotch is the brand name every day. Called sticky tape or cello tape. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I hear when Julian Eilert makes videos, he said sticky tape or cello tape or whatever. I think Julian is still making videos. I think he took a break for a little bit. But he's still making them now. 3.3. 3.3. Photoshopped. Confused. What was photoshopped? Plastic film is called celluloid, yeah. He did release a video the other day. I didn't get to watch it. When I have got a lot of work to do, the procrastination monster flares up. And when the procrastination monster flares up, YouTube always finds some trashy reality show to get me hooked on. And so I have been hooked on a trashy reality show, and that's all the YouTube I've been watching. It is so good, though. It's bad. It's good because it's bad. It's good because it's trashy, you know? One of my favorites, but I've watched every single episode in existence, so this is not the one I've been binging lately, is a British show. What's the difference between the beginner's Python sheet and the professional version? The professionals don't need to remember this stuff, but I do. So my favorite trashy reality show in the world is a British show called Can't Pay, We'll Take It Away. It is my absolute favorite. So hold on a sec. Oh, sorry. Hold on a sec. I gotta move my mic because it's rubbing on my chin. Okay. So in North America, when you owe someone money in civil court, there's really no mechanisms. Like the government will say, the court will say, you must pay back your debts. But there's really no good mechanism for getting money from a stone. Like if the person doesn't care about their professional reputation, essentially, you ain't getting your money. In England, though, after civil court, there is a process where you can call bailiffs, and bailiffs have the authority to come into your workplace or come into your house, and if you can't pay the debt, they can take your stuff and auction it off to pay the debt. And what's crazy is this incurs more fees. Like, this is not free. So the debtor has to pay this one's borked. We'll get another one. The debtor has to add this to their tab, the cost of removal of goods and whatever. So they made a freaking TV show about going to people's houses and workplaces and whatever, and like taking their cars away and stuff, like all sorts of crazy stuff like that. So it is my favorite. It's like, oh my God, it's phenomenal. I love it. It's all on YouTube. Maybe region locked, right? But it's great. Can't pay, we'll take it away. It's the whole thing. I pretty much know the bailiffs by name now. But that's not what's been captivating me lately. Lately, it's been a American TV series called Jail. So there's YouTube episodes, three episodes long, and it's basically the holding place when people get arrested, between the time that they're arrested and either released on own recognizance or their court. So they go to jail, and that's been great too. This is 3.3 volts. There we go. So yeah, the Jail series been great. The other one I love is Border Security. So Border Security is essentially people, but whatever the border guards do, and there are many more Australian episodes, but there are Canadian episodes. I love to see like Americans coming up here and they think they can bring their handguns and stuff like that. It's like, it's phenomenal. And like people who clearly have like, these are all old episodes. They stopped making them because of, I don't know, human rights issues or whatever. Like clearly people with like weed enthusiasts trying to cross the border with their weed, and it's very obvious that they brought weed. I love it. It's like, it's amazing. It sings to my soul. Travels by Narrowboat. I never got into that. I never, but just you wait. We have a lot of procrastination monster to deal with, so never say never. 1.2 volts. And catch jury duty. Brought a juror in, told them they will be filming a documentary. Thought he was on a real jury. Oh, that's interesting. That is that sounds up my alley. Oh, another one that was, oh, this one is nicked. I don't know if it'll work. Just got nicked by the scissors. There we go. Let's see how many we have without the nicked one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 plus the nicked one. We're going to put the nicked one to the side into the trash pile. Maybe we'll try it, maybe not. What is this again? I have to 1.2 volts. I'm going to write the label now before I forget. AMS 1117 1.2 volts. Complete fake. The entire case filmed in a real courtroom. Oh, that's cool. So that kind of reality show I like less than the actual reality, like when people are actually crossing borders and stuff like that. But if it's available on YouTube, I'll probably end up watching it. Does anybody here have a favorite TV show? I've got a TV show that I gravitate towards when I just want to be happy. Just my go-to happy time show, and it's British also. I'll tell you, the British make really good media. It's over in the Cotswolds, if you know where that is. Here you go. It's on Amazon Prime. Because I pay so damn much for my Amazon Prime. Might as well use it. It's called Clarkson's Farm. So Jeremy Clarkson is a British. Stopped watching TV when you bought the house. Turned out it didn't have any antenna and no cable. So Jeremy Clarkson is a British TV presenter. They call him TV presenter. We call them hosts. Who is known mostly for Top Gear and the Grand Tour. He's an automotive guy. But he kind of semi-retired. And he owns a massive farm. Like huge farmland. And it was leased to a farmer. Farmer retired and he decided to do it himself. And he decided to do it as a TV show. So Clarkson's Farm is born. It is basically an idiot trying to farm for the first time. And this is what, 1.8? I keep forgetting now. British lunatic. Yeah, pretty much lunatic. But the fact that he's incompetent at so many things makes it so good. And there's like a surprise meaning to every season. Like it's really like the first season is really learning the plight of farmers. Love Top Gear. Yeah, Clarkson was fired when he punched the producer. I think he was actually set to be fired a couple times, and then he got away with it. First he punched another TV presenter on like before or after a flight or something. And he was supposed to be fired for that. And then he got away with it because I think his co-stars, they said, if he goes, we go. And BBC backed out of it. But then he punched a co-worker who was was a producer on the show. Oh, another broken one. Oh, can you not see that? So then the BBC had no choice because you would have to protect their own. They have the duty to protect their employees, right? And honestly, it's really shitty. Like you shouldn't be punching your coworkers. So I get it. But Clarkson's Farm, for me, is the ultimate TV show. Oh, another chopped one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus the chopped one. I think all the best shows are British. I really do. If you think Game of Thrones was produced in England, let's see. This is adjustable. Star Trek repeats on Pluto when you eat. Okay, so I don't pay for TV. So the only thing I have is like Amazon Prime, and Vero subscribes to the various streaming services 1 month at a time, pretty much, to watch whatever she needs to for her reaction. Sometimes she has 2 different services in the same month. Like if something is releasing and she wants to react to it, she has multiple subscriptions. But it's pretty rare. Mostly it's 1 subscription a month. Ouch. I don't know if you guys saw that. Hope I didn't break the skin. Thankfully, my knife is pretty dull. Nope. Don't think so. Think we're good. Tough skin. Just going to confirm these are adjustable. They are adjustable. And also very dull knife point. They stopped radio transmitting the last commercial channel here this week. There's only the government TV available if you do not have internet. Do not. I find Swedish is very like this, that. It's a very sing-songy language. No, I understood, Johnny. I'm just trolling you. You troll me. I'm allowed to troll you. Another trim here. That one you can see the leg. I have tough skin. Yeah, you have Prime. Don't watch it much. Occasionally, you get streaming subscription for a month. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. By the way, if you have Prime, I highly recommend Clarkson's Farm. Go in with no expectations, season 1, episode 1, and work your way through. If you don't get what's so great about it by the end of the first season, that's fine. But for me, it's incredible. It is absolutely incredible. And the other thing with British produced TV series is they're not afraid to license copyrighted music. They're not afraid to spend money on copyrighted music as long as it goes well with the scene. And so you will hear copyrighted music watching Clarkson's Farm, and it's going to feel weird because you're not used to it. It's interesting. I know a gentleman, 2.5, who works with farmers, and he hates Jeremy Clarkson, and he hates people who make fun of farming and all this stuff. And I said, please, you've got to watch it. You've just try it. And he was so hooked that he was like just as excited as I was for the announcement of the new season. He is like serious business, like, you know, farmers feed cities, that kind of guy, which is true. And he thought he would hate it. He loved it. Here we go. You have to pay for the BBC even if you don't watch it. Just owning a TV is enough. You need a TV license. Correct. Yeah, the TV license. Controversial take, but I actually agree with the TV license. The BBC has produced such incredible stuff that is like worldwide renowned, and it is free of advertisements. I would be for a Canadian TV license. Our CBC here, which is the Canadian BBC, is so underfunded, and all of our media is, except for the CBC, is owned by the US. So I would be totally for it. Like the BBC Planet Earth series is incredible. Like insane. I keep looking at this and I keep forgetting what number it was on it. And there's 2 parts, 1.5 volts. Oh wait, that's a narrow side. EMS 1117. 1.5 or 2.5? Should also raise TV license fee in the UK as well, so we can all get... Yeah, absolutely. 1.5. Absolutely. The Brits should pay more so we can get some TV. But yeah, I think... I honestly... You guys, you do not understand how great the BBC is because you're not stuck with no BBC. I have to say. Watch Brilliant Minds when you was at your sister's. May take the City TV trial on Prime to finish watching the series. Nice. BBC has 4 channels. There are about 50 other channels that are free. They have the fee to normal taxation. Yeah. Honestly, I can't stand ads. I know, ironic, because I make my living on ads. I can't stand them. When I go to my parents' house, like I'm going to go to their house today to figure some TV mounting situation. And honestly, their TV is 20% ads. It's unwatchable. YouTube is 20% ads. You guys notice I still don't have mid-rolls on my channel. I could increase my income by like 25% by putting mid-rolls on all my videos. I have none. It's your opinion that there's so much shit on the BBC, but the BBC has something for everyone. And honestly, I will leave it there. I respect your opinion, but when your media is dominated by a corporate cesspool, you can see the value in something that is not a corporate cesspool. Because our CBC is underfunded and it has ads. Why won't you zoom? There we go. You dropped premium. Yeah, man. Sometimes you got to make tough decisions. 2.5, 3.3, 5, and adjustable. So there's the full complement. You sure it's the... Here, let's take a quick look. I mean, I'm interested. What percentage of the British population actually watch programming on the BBC? %85% of the population, 71% of those aged 16 to 34 using at least one BBC service. 94% of UK adults engage with BBC content on average each month. 74% of UK adults using BBC News at least once a week. There's definitely browser plugins, but I don't think YouTube would be happy if I show them, so I will not. So let's check here. So Statista, it's .com, commerce site. Most used news sources in the UK. Oh, no, I'm not getting access. Each week. So about 50%. BBC dominates. BBC 1, 2, 3, and 4 make up 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 91%. So I don't think that's accurate, Franco. Maybe in your bubble it's accurate, which I get it. Like it can't be for everyone. Like I don't watch the CBC because I don't watch any TV, but I still think it needs to be funded. Like I don't have any non-internet TV. And in fact, I can't stand non-internet TV because it has so many ads, like an insane amount of ads. And the worst part is it's like the same ad like 30 times. Like stop. I already know about Cialis. You don't have to tell me about Cialis. You told me like 8 times already today. Get Gem has a few good shows. There's a free CBC thing, right? Is that Gem? Is that what you're talking about? Because there's a free version that because we pay taxes for it. It is free. Okay, yeah. There we go. So we're going to put this over on the other end, and we're going to bring in our victim for the day. This bad boy. Hey, Mr. Ireland. Here's a controversial take. Mr. Ireland's Canadian too. So Gerald's Canadian and Curtis is Canadian. But you just walked in here, so you're going to have to answer some questions. 3 options. Defund the CBC, keep funding the same, or increase funding to the CBC. What is your opinion? Not a hot topic issue at all. Keep funding the CBC. Okay. Interesting take. My personal opinion is to increase funding because I'm tired of corporate overlords, but I can also accept keep funding. That's like it's like a second place answer. Keep the SEEB. I'm so tired of like monopolistic thinking and stuff. Like all of our newspapers in Canada are all American. Like to the point where I want to start a newspaper. I just like how the hell would I do that? Like how could I do that? It's not feasible for someone like me. See, yes, I agree with that, Curtis. I think they should shed all advertisers so that they can remain independent. And I think there needs to be like a minister in charge of the CBC, like a government person, but under them there should be 5 people from each party, from each political party, policing what goes on at what the direction of the CBC should be. So there would be 5 people from the Liberals, 5 people from the Conservatives, 5 people from the NDP, and then they get to steer the political direction of the CBC. Like just to make sure there's no political direction, essentially, like keep it apolitical. Fact-based. Okay, I'm like touching stuff here and it's making my monitor freak out. I don't know why. Oh, that's on. Why is this on? I want it off. Yeah, there's something to be said for crown corporations, for sure. For sure. Crown corporations, if you're not Canadian, crown corporations are independent companies, but that are sort of like represent the government. So they're not the government, they are independent, but they sort of like do government stuff, if that makes any sense to you. Which is what the CBC is. Only news you watch is the CBC. Nice, very nice. So I don't watch any news. I get my news from Reddit, which is probably a bad thing in general. But again, I can't stand commercials, and news is mostly commercials. Okay, I'm gonna stuff this magnet down my shirt so I can have my mic. There we go. Okay, turn the camera on. What's our battery level? Let's grab the live view. Jesus Christ, this tripod is a piece of garbage. Probably should have went with the fancier tripod, but here's where we are now. Oh, you won't focus. There we go. Okay. Stepped away for a minute. Bench got clean. Yeah, it did. Look at that. Very clean. CBC on YouTube is nearly commercial free. Nice. Let me grab the rest of the victim's equipment. I seem to have misplaced the instruction manual for this, so let's go check out the specs. I'm gonna turn off the live view of the camera. The batteries and the mic will survive. Screen. Finersi. Like, new arrivals. Ooh, look at that. Looks pretty. What did I get? This. All right, product details. It's on sale. $203 Canadian. That's insane. Has fast charging protocol. Very nice. Electroplating, nice. Power output, calibration knob. That's not USB-C, that's a micro. There's the USB-C. Okay. Setting resolution has all the protections. Okay, 0 to 36 volts, 0 to 8 amps, 0 to 285 watts. You need a new desktop power supply. Well, let's see. Reach out to Finersi. Honestly, they sent me this with no questions asked. But if you're buying your own, the read-ins back here, the read-ins are amazing. All right, so let's see. Let's try this. So I got you set up at a weird angle here, but let's just see if this is intuitive to use right out of the box. I did not read the manual. I shouldn't have to read the manual for a power supply. Here we go. Keep in mind the screen brightness will be a little bit dim to you. That's because I've got my studio lights here. Just want to make sure we are properly focused. And okay, first things first. The first things I noticed is that this screen, it does not angle that much. I think I would probably forego the tilt feature because it doesn't move a lot. So I know they like to call this a feature, but the fact that it doesn't move that much, I think it doesn't make much difference. Plus, the viewing angles are incredibly good. I am like right up on this, and I can see, I'm like looking at essentially this angle. I'm looking like down, you know, like sort of this angle, and I can see it perfectly well. I don't think the tilt was necessary. If they really want to keep the tilt, I would make it tilt way more than that. It's just not enough. Either that or have the screen come out and tilt sort of like cameras do, but whatever. Let's see if we can sort of figure out how it works. So this is not a button, that's just a light. And let's see, if we move a dial, oh, we're changing the display style. What if I click? Nope, changing the display style, okay. So how do I select volts or amps? Okay, I see there the little selection. I can turn the little wheel here. So essentially you have to navigate using these buttons, and then you can change the voltage like this. I really don't like the beeping noise on any of my devices. Let's see, can we just tap? Don't think it's a touch screen. Okay, so let's see if we can adjust this, there should be a menu. Here's a little gear. So we've got data sets, okay. System. Brightness control 100%. We wish it was a little bit brighter. It's not bad. It's just a little dim underneath the studio lighting here. Volume control. Yeah, let's get out of there. Gone. Thank you. It's really nice that you have the option to bring it up or down, but I want it off. Metering switch close. Device address and style switch dark or light mode. Oh, that's cool. You can have a dark mode or light mode. Dark mode superiority, obviously. So how do you get back out? The gear. There you go. And then you've got the about, and then you've got your data set. So how do we get out of there? That's not too bad. Okay. So if I want to set the voltage now, so let's say I want to set 15 volts at half an amp. Let's see, VA. Okay, immediately on the V set. So 15 volts, that's good. That's not exit. I wish this was like confirm. So exit. Oh, no. So 15 volts. And then at half an amp, let's move here. 4, 5, and then this to exit. Okay, that to exit. And then you can run it. Then the output is on. Nice big green LED when the output is on, so that's good. Then you have your 2 banana plugs here. They're not the style with the little, with the little knobs that you can just shove a wire through. So that's a little unfortunate too, but it does keep this a little bit lower profile. But you do have a knob, so it's not that low profile. So before we do any testing, let's take a quick peek around what it looks like. So here's the side. Has a lot of vents in there. This is glass or plastic. And then here's the vents, and it has baffles. So you can't see directly through there. You can't stick a screwdriver directly through there. And we're going to flip it around the other way. Same thing on this side. Okay, which is you can't stick a screwdriver directly through there. And then you've got some, glass panels or plastic, not sure. And then on the back here, we've got a cooling fan, which we're gonna see if it ramps up when we put a load on it. And there's USB-C as the, I think this can act as a host device, so you can actually plug this into your computer and use it like that. There we go. Okay, that's a good take. That's a good take. Rearranged. The old BK Precision that takes up half your desk. Linear, yep, fair trade-off. It's good, just huge. Rearrange your desk over the weekend to move your oscilloscope and power supply. You seem to have lost your workspace, yeah. Got to be careful that your stuff doesn't regress. Okay, so let's set this up. So this is off. Let's set this up to burn some lights, I guess. Oh, you know what? Let's do voltage testing first. Oh, shoot. Okay, that's okay. I'll take photos. I'm gonna plug this into my UT8805E, and I'll take pictures with my phone of the readings. So we're just going to plug it in to test the voltage accuracy. Should we have a load on it? Thinking. 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 Should try it both, right? Loaded and unloaded. Am I talking crap here? I think we should have it loaded and both loaded and unloaded. That is my thought. Feel free to share your thoughts. A load makes sense. Yeah, okay. So I'm not talking crap here. The other thing is we need to power this somehow. I might have my other one. Where is it? I haven't made adapter plugs for this yet. Where, oh, where can my little load be? Where is my electronic load? The OG from Banggood from back in the day. I feel like it would be here. There it is. Old faithful. Whoops. Those were soldering lenses. No big deal. And is it plugged into its adapter? It is plugged into its adapter. My gird. Oh, this is not the OG. Oh, whatever. Okay, let's plug this in. It's a torch. That's the one you have, this one? The little A-torch? I like it, but the OLED is incredibly dim. So, not great. Okay, these leads leave a lot to be desired, I will say. They feel very thin. Like so, like so. What do we do? Constant current. What's the... Let's go 5 amp load. Okay, and then I'm going to plug in some alligator clips to the 8805E. This multimeter is so incredibly complex. Where do I put volts? Input for volts. Okay. And then where's the common? This is common. Yeah, okay. And then we're going to plug this into here. And then we're going to plug this into here. Okay, we got a little bit of wire gore here. Not too bad. And then I can just press enter on this, on the load. Then we'll have a 5 amp load. Okay, so let's go the current, set the current. I'm going to set it to, it's like 7.5 amps. 7.5 amps. And then I'm going to set the voltage. I'm going to start with 1 volt and work my way up. do need my phone to take pictures. This is going to be a lot, guys. I'm going to try my best to get to your comments, but I'm going to have to focus on what I'm doing here a little bit too. Okay, here we go. Just going to do a quick voltage accuracy test. I've got a A-Torch DL24, I believe, is the electronic load. Just off to the side, and then it's going, and then I've got the connections, going up to my Unity UT8805E multimeter. So we're going to check the open circuit voltage, or sorry, the no load voltage, and then we're going to check the voltage with about 5 amps of current on it. These test leads definitely leave something to be desired. They have very nice clips at the end, but I'm not convinced they're going to be able to handle the current very well. I think there's going to be a little bit of voltage drop, but let's give it a shot anyways. So if we run this, so there it is on. So 1 volt, and the Unity is reporting 0.99841 or so. It is fluctuating around there. Now let's turn on the load. So that is a 5 amp load. We are pulling 3.8 amps. So these two agree, and the voltage has dropped to 0.831-ish. So we are seeing a severe voltage drop at already only 4 amps, mind you, low voltage. So let's go ahead and turn that off. We're going to turn the voltage up. Going to go 2.5, like so, and 2.5 is showing 2.4982 volts. Let's turn on the load. This is pulling exactly 5 amps. This is showing, yeah, it's fluctuating around that same range, and the voltage drop is apparent now. We've got 2.28 volts at the end. So this could be a problem for you if you're using these multimeter leads. If you're using these power supply leads, you are going to have a voltage drop through the leads. So you may have to supply your own for a 5 amp draw. Let's try this again. We're going up now to 5 volts. And 5 volts reading almost exactly 5 volts. And we're going to turn on the load. We've got a 5 amp draw. This is agreeing almost exactly back and forth. And now we have a voltage drop of about 0.3 volts. So this is much more acceptable. So as we get to the higher voltages, the voltage drop is getting a little bit better, which is normal. So let's go up here to 10 volts. And no load, 10 volts is reading almost exactly 10 volts. And now we're going to turn on the 5 amp draw. And these two agree almost exactly in terms of current, but we have a voltage drop 0.3 volts through those leads. Let's go up another time. We're going to go up to 15 volts. Oh, 24 volts. And the multimeter has now switched positions. We've got 24.004. And we're going to turn on the load. We have almost exactly the same current draw on both of these, but now we have 3.789. So again, we are losing about 1/3 of a volt through these cables. So take that for what it will. Going up one last time here to its maximum of 36 volts. And we are reading nearly exactly 36 volts. And then if I turn on the load, pulling 5 amps, and again, we are losing about 0.2, 0.3 volts through the cables. Let's reset with some thicker leads and see what we get. The leads are way too small. Definitely way too small. Let's see if I have alligator clips for my bigger power cables. These are 12 gauge. Oh, can turn it off. So it might be problematic to get these stuck in there. 1 and 2. Don't know how I'm going to make this work. Oh, I know how. Might not be completely fair. I'm going to stuff the leads. So the crocodile clips will have a little bit of inherent resistance into them, but it's as good as I'm going to get, really. Just for testing's sake, we'll have the same 36 volts output here and the same 1/2 amp on the Finersi, but now I'm using my custom-made, homemade 12 gauge wires. These should have a little bit less voltage drop, and we'll see that if it's true. So I'm going to turn it on. And no, we have virtually the same voltage drop. Now that's interesting. Let's go down to 1 volt and see if we get roughly the same as well. So there's 1 volt. So at lower voltages, it suffers a lot less than these guys, but at higher voltages, they're about the same. That's interesting. There we go. So that's that. I can hear the fan now. It's blowing back there. What's next? Should I test overshoot? Is that really? Do you guys care about overshoot? I'll tell you, this heatsink is warm. Okay, hang on. Let me turn off this. Still have your design console from your days at DeVry. Power supply, breadboard, wave generator. Very cool. Did you guys make it, or was it part of the stuff you had to buy? Start a poll. Do you guys care about voltage overshoot in a first look video? Yes, no. Start poll. And assemble from a provided kit of parts. Good. That's good. I like the idea. All right, vote in the poll, folks. Vote in the poll. Oh, there's still a load. Oh, that's why it's still hot. This thing is still loaded. Oopsies. Vote in the poll position. So far, 100% yes. And by that I mean one vote. I'll let you guys go just a little bit. Yes, heatsink is warm. It is 32C on this heatsink. I think this shows that the fan is on. Here, I'll do a quick little, so volts. Go like 5 volts. And that's on. So switching the display, you can see the volts here. I don't really see a way to adjust sort of the height. Maybe it auto adjusts. If I turn on the load, there's the current in blue. So you've got the volts in yellow, current in blue, and you can see that. And let's see how fast it responds. Yeah, it's pretty quick. The only thing is the display is a little small, right? I think I would like to be able to zoom in to this, right? I'm tempted to zoom in like a scope you would do with a scope. So let's change the volts here. I can dynamically change it. So here's like 27 volts. Yeah, it's not something that you'll be able to see overshoot or anything on, but certainly something that you can work with. And then if I change the display, there's also this one. Not sure what this is telling me. This is like a battery charge or something. Because right now the output is on, but it's not doing anything. I'm not quite sure what this is for. Again, not reading the manual, just doing intuitive playing with this. So it looks like the side buttons don't do anything. Oh, that stopped it. Yeah, not sure what the the up and down buttons do while in operation. Shows CCCV. Did I lower the current? Oh yeah, the current has been lowered. So let's see if we can change that. So up down works with the arrows. If I bring this up like the max 8.2. For some reason, the electronic load didn't like that. And it looks like this stopped. Now it's back on. So interesting, playing with these, it changes the run and stop when you set. And now it's back to 1 amp for some reason. Let's go back here, bring it up, then turn it off, and then it's still running. Interesting, I'm not sure what I'm changing by accident there. How's it going, Society of High? Dropped out there, got really hungry. Only had a sandwich for dinner. Yeah, eat for me. I'm too fat to be able to eat everything I want, but certainly lunch might be some of that meat pie I showed you guys earlier. Seems like 50-50. Just call me Dan Society. It's fine. Dan is good. Dan or Electronics, or you can call me Simple if you want. Okay, so let's turn this off. And what do we got now? You can check the USB outputs. I don't know how much the USB is supposed to output. You guys sort of like 50-50 care, don't care about the overshoot. USB Type-C has fast charging. Oh, that's the output. Ah, that makes a lot of sense. What are we building? We're just doing a first look video at this thing. So this screen, which you guys can't really see, but it's this screen. That one shows you the protocol and the current draw and stuff from the USB. So somewhere I have a board that this accepts like a USB cable, and I can pull current out of the USB. But I don't know where that board is. Also, I would need a decoy to pull current out of it. But I should have somewhere a USB load. These are USB cables though, not really loads. Power regulators, high loads, analog meters. Let's check this. Somewhere I should have a USB load somewhere. I don't know where they would be. Power and regulators? Maybe? Nope. Maybe it's in the chargers. It's not quite a charger, but I think the logic is sound. Let's see. Oh, squish. Ooh, it smells like something burnt in here. It's almost as if someone improperly used a some sort of tester on a USB charger or two and possibly fried them. That's what it smells like in here. I'm not accusing anyone. I'm just reporting what it smells like to my nose. It could have been anybody. Could have been anyone. We're not accusing anyone here today. That would be wrong. That would be, you know what? It'd be immoral to name names. No, not a oscilloscope. It's a benchtop power supply, but it also has the ability to have a little bit of a graphing display. So just think of it as like another feature of the power supply. I don't know where my USB loads are. They might be in the USB bucket, and maybe I just didn't see them. Maybe I should search for it where you guys can see it, so you see what I'm doing, because you know YouTube is a visual medium. No. So you know what that means, right? If it's not in the boxes that I think it's in, which is becoming clear it is not, and that means it is in that mess over there. Let's turn off this. Let's move the camera over somewhere. I'll have you guys know that I'm also resisting, strongly resisting. You're getting the vibes from someone thinking about you. I'm not sure I understood, Gerald. I was about to say, since my blood pressure is high, I've not been drinking as much coffee. I'm trying to lower it, so I'm only on coffee 2 today. So you may have to dumb down your your explanations about the burning smell. Yeah. Thank you for that. I needed that. I needed the. So I've got this. Did I bump you guys? So I got this, which will show me the voltage coming out. Oh, of course it's upside down. Nope. Is my USB screwed or is this screwed? Yeah, it's upside down. Very useful. Oh god, it's getting nastier and nastier as I dig through here. It's all smaller and smaller components. Oh, I was looking for these the tweezers. So that's a thing. Oh, look, some more flux. a giant capacitor, which kind of scares me. There's a super cap, 400 farad, 2.7 volts. Low voltage, but I've got 4 that we can put in series. Multimeter. Oh my god, I bumped you again. Okay. Oh, my dad gave me some of this alien tape. I haven't tried it yet. My old man, he sometimes just thinks things are cool, and then he'll buy it, and then he'll buy me it too, which is fine, but I hope he doesn't expect me to like go out of my way to use it to report back to him, because I've got so many things to do. I don't... Does this have USB plugs on it? Yes. Okay. Okay. I think we're making progress. Not the progress I wanted, but progress nonetheless. So this is my other electronic load, which has USB plugs in it. Okay, so, oh, I really needed this. This is the door for my GoPro. This is an aftermarket door that you can plug a cable right into it. And it is very cheap, and it is stress whitened. But anyways, I was looking for this. Now I found it. Okay. Okay, I'm going to make myself a note that I need to formalize. Ah, this is what I'm looking for. Ta-da! How's it going? Hey, thank you. I appreciate that, River. I really do appreciate that. Most of the people in this stream, let me just put this out there right now. Most of the people who are watching these streams are very good people. So if you guys want to be friends with each other, highly recommended, because a lot of the vast majority of the people here are very kind. And now I can count you into that thing. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching me slowly lose my sanity over time. Oh yeah, sorry. The note. I'm gonna make myself a note to formalize my USB testing. We need to come up with a strategy. So we need to formalize a lot of testing, but USB is one because I've got cables to test. In fact, I can show you guys. Here, let me put these away before I decide not to put them away. I need a better way to store my tweezers as well. Oh my God, get in there. Oh my God, there we go. 1 and 2, okay. All right, so I'm going to make myself a note. Where the hell do I do this though? Where do I put a note that I'll actually see? Oh. This could be a lost cause. Let me... You guys will remember, right? I can just trust you guys, right? Don't think that's the best idea. Remember what? I don't know if you're trolling me right now or not. So I want to make a note to myself to make a to make a USB cable testing process, and it could be a video too. Okay, I have sticky notes. I just don't know where they are. Do you know where they are, chat? Anybody want to audition for the role of assistant? Anybody want to work as an assistant? I will pay in the finest 5mm LEDs you have ever seen that come from China at the lowest cost listing when you sort by price, low to high. The finest, I tell you. I will even hand confirm that the LEDs I will pay you in will be functional. Okay, found some. Found just a few. Okay, so formalize. USB charger and cable testing procedure. There we go. Okay, so now the question is, do I have a USB-C adapter that I can plug this in to USB-C? I have lots of A to C adapters. I just don't know which direction they go. Because I have this A to C, but do I have C to A? I have micro to A. That doesn't help me. I have A to, look at the old iPod connector. I want to plug this into USB-C. And I don't think I have... Oh, no, this is micro. That is so close to what I need. This is it slides into the connector and it ends up as a micro. Yes. Yes. This is what I need. USB-C on one end, and then A female on the other. Okay. 1 amp. Position this here. Let's put the camera to do camera things. Live view. Oh, battery's gonna die on the camera. Do I risk it? I'm gonna risk it. I accidentally found out what this screen does just by looking at the specs online. So I've got a USB tester here, and you can see that says A, and there's a USB-A port here. Oh. So I'm pulling 1 amp out of this, so it shows 1 amp right there. And then I can swap this to 2 amps, and it can provide the full 2 amps. And it can actually do a whole bunch of different protocols. We're going to have to test that another day when I get my protocols all figured out. But here we go, USB-C. We're going to try with this adapter. It is not a high quality adapter, I will say that right off the bat. So, oh, there we go. It's all the way in. So here we go. We're pulling 1 amp, like so, and then we're going to flip this to 2, and we are pulling 2 amps, like so, through this poor little adapter, which I'm pretty sure is going to catch fire if I give it enough time. There we go. Out. Oh my god, this adapter is so cheap. Oh, she's toasty. She's toasty. Good. That's done. So now the question is, overshoot or not overshoot? Depends how much I care. What time is it? 10:30. Objectively, I have time. Do I want to, though? That is the question. I'm just reloading the batteries here in the Camera. I objectively have enough time to do it. Do I care? Only half of you care. 50-50 on this. And I can't say that I won't have enough battery because I just jammed a new battery in there. It's going to be a little hard to get everything on screen. Is anything plugged into my power bar not being used by anything? Because that's going to be a big determining factor too. Yes. There is an empty slot in my power bar. Ugh. So I can put an oscilloscope here. Still very, very warm. Can give this to Vero and she'll warm up her hands on it. Okay, so let's shove that over there. Let's grab the Unity scope, just because it's the closest one in hand. Okay, and then we can plug this guy in. Oh, there we go. On. Makes a freaking crap load of noise. All right, and now we just need to grab some probes, a probe, and we'll be able to check the overshoot. Probe. Let's turn this on. All right, so 50-50, 8 votes. We will do it. End poll. There we go. Like so. And we're going to hook up. Oh, that's negative. Positive. Ooh. We've got a lot of noise here. You guys seeing that? Look at all the noise. 1.4 kilohertz, but that's off. Go run. So 5 volts. Is this at times 10? Nope. Times 10. Okay, let's grab the trigger. Menu. Source, slope, rising, slope. Turn this off. Okay, if we go live view now, on live view. Having a hard time focusing on the screen. There we go. Okay, if we go single. I know you guys are having let's see. Well, it's on the ground. It's grounded through the power, and then it's on the ground of the power supply. So if we go, so it's ready. We go run, and then we can zoom out 2 milliseconds. Let's turn that off. Oops, not run. Single shot. It's ready. And then on. So it does rise pretty slowly, but it doesn't overshoot. So that is 2 milliseconds per division, and it's like takes about 2 milliseconds to turn on. It's like roughly 2 milliseconds. Can we 1 volt per division? Okay, let's do another single shot. Oops, forgot. Single shot, run. So it takes like roughly 1, 2, it's like 4, wait, what are we? 2 milliseconds per division. So it takes like 4 milliseconds to turn on to 5 volts. No overshoot though. Anyways, let's film this. To do that again, single shot. Ready. Okay. Just going to try and see the overshoot on this power supply. I got the UPO 1204 hooked up, and this is no load at the moment, so it's just set up for a single shot. And if I turn this on, there we go. So we are 2 milliseconds per division, and it looks to my eye, I'm not at the right angle for this, but it looks to my eye to be about 4 milliseconds to full regulation, maybe 6. You can see it does a nice little hump like that. So that's pretty decent. Let's go and and I say pretty decent because it didn't overshoot the load, which is good in this case. So now if I set up again for single shot, I'm going to turn on a 5 amp load. I'm going to turn it on, and we're going to see if we get the same results. And so this worked just about the same. It didn't really change. So that's pretty good. So let's do this one more time, where now we're going to have the load off, the voltage on, and I should really do this as a negative slope, so a falling slope. And should be ready in single shot. I'm going to just turn on the load and see what happens. Didn't report anything. So let's just run this. So here it is running. Let's get more time on the scale. So there's 1 second in roll mode. And let's just see what happens when we turn on the load when the regulation is already on. So we dropped a little bit, but we didn't really do too much. So we should be able to turn this off. And then we're going to go back to drop our trigger. Nope. We're going to take a single shot. It's already stopped. You need to go lower on the trigger. Single shot. It's ready. Let's turn on the load. It didn't report anything. So it looks like the load regulation is incredibly fast, which is good. Let's see if we can actually capture it though. Yeah, blink and you missed it, pretty much. There's enough regulation noise. Maybe my probing is not the best either, but there's enough noise that this noise is kind of all you got. This is all you're getting in terms of noise, which is overriding the fact that it drops very slightly when the load is on. See that? So I think overall the performance is pretty good, at least as deeply as I'm willing to go on a first look video. I mean, what do you say? It's pretty good. How's it going, Junk from Work? How are you? Do I just call you George now since you're not really Junk from Work anymore? Call you George, Jorge, Giorgio Armani. What do I call you? George is fine. Gotcha. Gotcha. It's going well. I'm nearly done this video, which sadly means that I'm going to have to edit 3 videos. 3 videos. I was showing it to the other camera. Geodude. For those of you that are not millennials, if you're older than a millennial, which is what me and Junk from Work are, this is a Geodude. Oh, this one is a Alolan. That's a different. This guy, a Geodude. In fact, let's go do this. Can you make a photorealistic Geodude who drives a Subaru wagon? Rustier is better, like a real piece of crap car. Oops, Subaru wagon. Car through the mountains, who stopped during his road trip through the British Columbia mountains to take a touristy photo. Thanks. So let's see what Nano Banana is going to generate for us. I don't know if it. Oh my God, that was fast. Holy crap. That was so fast. That's incredible. Okay, do it again, but it needs to be a crappier Subaru, and the Geodude needs to look a bit like a chubby hippie with a goatee. That was so fast. That's incredible. It did the copyright too. Look, it's literally a Subaru. It is. The thing is, this shape is not very Subaru, but this is totally Subaru. This looks more like an XC70 back here. Yeah, you are catching. I'm sorry. I felt like we were friends like that, so. Here you go. Here you go. This is Junk from Work. This is George. Oh my God. That's hilarious. I can't believe it did such a good job at like, that is a Subaru. That is awesome. I'll email you this if you want. Just wasted my my yeah, it's got the speed holes. Well, my car's got a bunch of speed holes. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Let's finish this one video. So we're good with this. Shut it down properly. Since this was a gift from Unity. Oh God. I'm telling you, I've broken up with ChatGPT. We've gone our own separate ways. I kept the dog. Gemini is my bae now. Gemini, friendship ended with GPT. Gemini is my new robot friend. Still, definitely, the worst AI is still by far Copilot. Like, by far. Really try to limit your AI, but you're definitely a Gemini guy. Yeah. So sadly, for productivity, there's nothing better than AI. Like, I think my big thing is Google searches have gotten horrible. Searching the internet is now impossible. It's slop after slop after slop. And so because it is so bad, AI is my only respite, right? It's like, and I can feed it directly. Like I can be like, hey, like, this is my thinking. Does it make sense to you? And it can tell me yes or no. And I also tell the AI to be brutally honest all the time. To not care about my feelings, because AI is not my friend. Like I was joking about it. AI is not my friend. It's a tool. And so if I screw up, I want the tool to tell me that I have screwed up. You know what I mean? I don't have time for feelings. Destroyed search. Played with AI for a while when it was new. Haven't looked at it for a while. Yeah, it all depends on what you do. Let's go. So then what's the verdict on this power supply? Well, I have to say, if you are looking for something and you don't mind waiting for sales, this goes down absolutely cheaply. No, this goes down to an absolutely ridiculous cheap level. You can buy this right now on Finersi's site on the date of this filming for 200 Canadian dollars. So that is everything you need. That includes these leads that I would probably be okay with starting with, but would upgrade as soon as you can into something a little bit beefier. But other than that, this is a fantastic unit that if I had this around, I don't think I would have bought those read-ins that you see in the background, because they require external power supplies. They require an external AC to DC converter. This one has it all built in, has nice aluminum finish. It has decent ergonomics. I will say the read-in is better with the keypad on it, but for the price, I don't think this thing can be beat. I think this thing can power your Arduino-y and Maker-y type projects for pretty much everything you need, except for when you need a negative rail. So go ahead, in the links in the description. If you want to buy one of these and support the channel, go right ahead. If not, at least go check out the specs online and see if it's for you. When you guys click links like that, it tells the manufacturers that they should be sending more stuff over for review. And speaking of review, this is just a first look. So if you have any other tests you want me to do to power supplies, let me know in the comments below, because a full review might just be coming if I get enough use out of this. Thanks for watching. Done. We got 3 videos to edit. Completely done. I can turn off the loud ass power supply, or sorry, multimeter that's up there on my setup. That is insane. That UT8805E, the 5.5 digit multimeter, makes so much like fan noise. It's ridiculous. It's a cool multimeter, but it makes a shit ton of fan noise. Yeah, stupid editor. I hate my editor anyways. He never does the work I ask him to do. I'm like, dude, we got to get this shit done. We got sponsorships to deal with and everything. And he's just like, yeah, but I found this new reality TV show on YouTube. I've been watching that instead. Freaking lazy ass. Kids these days, I tell you. Can't trust them. Can't work with them, can't work without them. Amazon is funny. Package is on the way 30 minutes after you received it. Yeah, it sounds about right. I'm surprised that Amazon doesn't have their own logistics. Because instead of paying people, paying a company to pay people a shitty wage, I'm surprised Amazon, you know, plus a profit, I'm surprised Amazon just doesn't pay people a shitty wage themselves like they do in their warehouses to deliver packages. But I guess it's so they can distance themselves from like the shitty delivery. They'll be like, no, we didn't send your package late. It was the delivery people that screwed up. So be mad at them, not us. We're not refunding your shit. Sounds like a very Amazon-y thing to do. 1 and 2. No one wants to work. Yeah, that's such a BS saying. By the way, for those that didn't catch on to the joke, I am the editor. The editor is me. I have to edit my own shit. Until this channel becomes profitable, I'll always have to edit my own stuff. But that's okay. But that's why there's a backlog. So I guess it's a good time to plug my Patreon, because hopefully in the next little while I'll have 3 videos for my Patreon patrons to take a look at. Or you can also join the channel memberships. That's effectively the same thing. I post on both. So channel memberships, Patreon patrons, whatever. And then when I'm done editing those 2, I will likely do the Dummy 13 build. So if you guys are not aware, I've printed out a 600. Oh my God, that's a lot of, Jesus Christ. That's a lot of plastic. I printed out a 600% scaled Dummy 13. So this is a 100% seasoned from the liability. I imagine any non-delivered packages, damages, packages are covered by the shipping company, not Amazon. They know what they're doing. Yeah. So this is the Dummy 13. This is his head. This is the 600% Dummy 13 and his head. Now this head may not be permanent because I might add eyes and stuff to him eventually, because this is an electronics channel, but at some point I'm going to assemble this dummy. So I don't know. Not tomorrow. We're going to work on tomorrow's stream. We're likely going to work on the sponsored project for February. So we have to conceive of it and then work on it. You fell asleep. Well, the stream's almost over. I usually try to do 4 hours, but today I think I'm just gonna take it easy, gonna eat something. Maybe tacos, maybe pie. I don't know. Go to the start of the stream if you want to see the pie. Because it is 11, right? And you guys would probably be happy if I did some editing. But all right. I'm gonna I'm going to take off. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I appreciate you all. You guys are the reason I make this stuff. And then eventually I'll have some videos to publish. So thanks, everyone, for watching. Catch you on the next one. Bye.